Congress wants you to cut your ties. How dare she says you have ties, trade ties with Israel. I'm appalled by trade ties with Israel. Now tell me, viewers, what has Palestine done for us? Dr. Ranganathan, how many times has it voted against us? Should we actually dump Israel for Palestine? Can you explain if this is in the national interest or not? Because clearly the Congress doesn't think about the national interest.
You know, I have never used the phrase anti-national against anyone. Except once, I think, against Mr. Sharad Pawar, because he allowed Australia to play on a green pitch and we lost that series. But the fact of the matter is, when you have in 1971, when almost all of our Arab friends ditched us, sided with Pakistan, and we had only Golda Meir and Israel sent us important vital weapons so that we could actually crush Pakistan. That was when Israel helped us during Kargil war. Despite the sanctions being on India, despite American pressure, Israel ignored American pressure, sent us vital missiles that actually turned the tide of Kargil war. And here is someone who is saying we should have no relations with it.
Genocidal maniac like Bibi Netanyahu and so on and so forth. But let me ask you this. Did Sonia object when her son and Congress son Rahul Gandhi consorted with US lawmaker Ilhan Umar? There was a picture in the middle of your screens who has been accused of anti-Semitism. No, viewers, she didn't say anything. Where was her sense of outrage when Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was leveraging Kashmiri Hindu genocide enabler Yasin Malik to pass messages to Islamist supremacist terrorist LET chief Hafiz Saeed? Mr. Mishra, tell me, उस टाइम आपको कोई दर्द नहीं हो रहा था? When you were employing a genocidal maniac who's in jail today, thankfully, and saying that you go and speak to another genocidal maniac, Lashkar-e-Toiba chief, and broker deals between us, तब आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी entertaining genocidal maniacs. अभी दिखते हैं आपको सिर्फ.
Rahul, you may have an individual political opinion bias towards one political party. I really don't have any problem with that. You comes up with your opinion, put it like a fact, and then expect me to say just yes to you and then move on. I am not that kind of person. Let me play one small video of what Vajpayee thinks of Palestine as an issue, so that your viewers will understand.
अरे ये कहाँ?
I can't hear what you're saying.
Your viewers will hear because it's coming from my mic.
Great.
So in this, Vajpayee is saying that Palestine is occupied by Israelis. They are doing their genocides and they have to leave that land.
Okay.
That was the stand of
Can I ask you a question? Since you're giving some facts,
Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Since you're giving some facts, has the Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Palestine?
How is that relevant? He has visited China. Is China?
I'm asking you, has he visited? Has he visited Palestine? Has he visited? Yes or no?
How is that relevant?
आपको पता भी है, मैं आपसे पूछ रहा हूँ.
How is that relevant?
I'll tell you, viewers.
How is that important?
Because Sonia Gandhi says, hang on, Sonia Gandhi is trying to inject a binary here, all or nothing. Viewers, the Prime Minister recognizes the state of Palestine. He has called for a two-state solution. He has also visited Palestine. In fact, he became the first Prime Minister to visit Israel. And a year later, I think in 2018, he visits Palestine. 2017, he goes and sees Bibi Netanyahu. 2018, he goes to Palestine. He has kept it all very kosher, viewers, but not for the Congress. The Congress wants you to cut your ties. How dare she says you have ties, trade ties with Israel. I'm appalled by trade ties with Israel. Now tell me, viewers, what has Palestine done for us? Dr. Ranganathan, how many times has it voted against us? Should we actually dump Israel for Palestine? Can you explain if this is in the national interest or not? Because clearly the Congress doesn't think about the national interest.
You know, I have never used the phrase anti-national against anyone. Except once, I think, against Mr. Sharad Pawar, because he allowed Australia to play on a green pitch and we lost that series. But the fact of the matter is, when you have in 1971, when almost all of our Arab friends ditched us, sided with Pakistan, and we had only Golda Meir and Israel send us important vital weapons so that we could actually crush Pakistan. That was when Israel helped us during Kargil war. Despite the sanctions being on India, despite American pressure, Israel ignored American pressure, sent us vital missiles that actually turned the tide of Kargil war. And here is someone who is saying we should have no relations with it. I'm not going to call her anti-national, but I want the people to realize a friend, not a fair weather friend, a friend who helps us in our dire needs, who helps us win wars. If a politician is calling that friend as a traitor and not to have anything to do with it, if that person is condemning Israel, but has never condemned Hamas, openly relaying its
We are condemning the genocides we are condemning the genocides, not the country.
Okay.
We are not condemning the country.
Viewers, let me tell you one thing. If you are condemning the genocide, I'm asking you, why were you signing an MOU with Xi Jinping? Why were you signing an MOU with Xi Jinping, who has conducted a genocide of Muslims, the same Muslims that you have such sympathies for in Gaza? He has killed those same Muslims in Uyghur province, Xinjiang province, the Uyghur Muslims. नहीं, आप मुझे ये तो जवाब दे दो. उस टाइम आपको मुसलमान नहीं दिखे.
You just ask question and don't give the answers. I am also asking, if tomorrow if we have some sort of conflict with say USA, whom do you think Israel will stand with? The USA or the India? What is your opinion on this?
I'll tell you the opinion. I'll tell you the opinion.
Okay.
Do you know 1999 Kargil?
Yes.
Yes. Who had a problem with India taking its heights back? America. And who stood and gave missiles and other armaments to us? It was Israel. So viewers, look, I'm just asking you a question. This is not about larger issues. This is about likes for likes, apples for apples. She has a problem with Israel because she says it's genocidal. And she means Sonia Gandhi. She's written it, I haven't written it. Now viewers, so I ask her, I'm going to hold the Congress party to the same standards. Where was her sense of outrage when Congress ally, the left parties, were giving a platform to slain Hamas senior leader Khalid Mashal, who is on record vying to kill all Jews? Khalid Mashal. And you know, viewers, one man spoke up against it and said it is in very poor taste. And he happened to be a Congress MP. His name is Shashi Tharoor, and he had to apologize the next day.
Correct.
These are not my facts. These are established facts.
Rahul.
Viewers, I want to ask you another question. It's a very simple one. Ilhan Umar has gone out there and been kicked out of committees in America for being anti-Semitic. She's genocidal. She has complete support for Pakistan on Kashmir. What does Pakistan do in POK? It is murdering innocent Kashmiris. She goes to POK. She legitimizes the control of Pakistan. And Rahul Gandhi meets her with Sam Pitroda. That's okay. That foreign policy is fine. Then you don't see genocide or the fingerprint of genocide. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan, you're making a point.
No, the point is very simple. If you think of what she has written today or her, buckets of tears at Batla encounter, the question I want to ask is, in all honesty, and I'm not, this is not lighthearted, how many votes will you get out of the vote bank, Muslim vote bank? वो आपको दे रहे हैं वोट्स भाई क्या दो करके वोट आएंगे क्या उनके?
It is about the very ethos of the country.
How many times do you expect them to vote? Maybe that is the real vote story
of the India, that we should not be interfering in a matter. We should be standing with both the sides and we should not be standing with the one who genociding the others.
आपकी definition में genocide हो रहा है. आपकी definition में genocide हो रहा है. You see, viewers, look, I'll be very clear about one thing to you tonight. I believe that Israel now should end the war. It's gone along too long. There has to be a solution. But that doesn't mean it has to be at the cost of severing ties, trade ties, all sorts of ties with Israel. As if doing that, viewers, is going to make the Hamas some reformed organization. It'll turn them into, the missionaries of charity. ऐसा नहीं होगा.